everyone? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Stay Woke. My name is Xarma. How is everybody doing today? All you beautiful souls out there. If you just heard, I played a little bit of Jumper. I'm making a new group based on suicide awareness and prevention. We're going to call this group, please. I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend, is going to be the name of the group. This will be our fifth group. So anybody that's on the page, we do have groups that, target specific topics or areas in our lives. So today, what I wanted to speak on is creating responsibly. Create responsibly. One second. Okay. So, you see that? My elbow? Yeah. That's when I got jumped in prison. 3 dudes got busted my ball joint off the toilet. I went to go. I said, give me a shirt to change. My arm fell on my face. I had to get surgery from lockup. I was locked up to the bed. Good fun. That was the last time I went. That was when my brother passed away, and I had to go get a furlough to see my baby brother in the casket. So that was man. I remember that call. I was sitting in there, and I remember I called and they asked if I could call back, and I didn't know what was going on, and anyway, good vibes today. We're going to create responsibly. What that means is with our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, our actions, we're going to create them responsibly, because I have, created irresponsibly. And, either way, whatever we do, whether it's good or bad, a harvest is going to come. And it's up to us or me, whether that harvest is good or bad. What have I been sowing? Therefore, I will know what I am going to be reaping. And, things that you all ready for Christmas? Everybody all ready? Thankfully, we're all done. I got 2 books here. Seed of the Soul, Power Now. This is a great book. Highly suggest this book for anybody walking a spiritual life. The Seed of the Soul, I have a marked thing I wanted to talk about. One thing is, how he explains your soul. It is a positive, purposeful force at the core of your being. It is the part of you that understands the impersonal nature of the energy dynamics in which you are involved, that loves without restriction and accepts without judgment. And then he goes on to talk about Gandhi and Jesus Christ and how, they were so evolved as people that they were, as they were being beaten and attacked, were forgiving their attackers. And that is just, to me, profound, true, unconditional, understanding love. Because the way that they looked at it was they didn't look at these people. They knew that the universe sees it all. So it doesn't matter, because the universe is going to, right here. When our actions create discord in another person, we ourselves in this lifetime or another will feel that discord. Likewise, if our actions create harmony or empowerment in another, we also will come to feel that harmony and empowerment. This allows us to experience the effects of what we have created, and thereby learn to create responsibly. And I think that's very important that we create responsibly, because I know for me, I'm tired of living unhappy. And I read something in this that I've read this book before, but I read this, and this kind of threw me off, because I could be that person that says, say that we've been practicing Sorry, I bounced the table. Say that we've been practicing acceptance for a while. So it says when you've been practicing acceptance for a while, as you have, there comes a point when you have to go to the next stage where where those negative emotions are not created anymore. If you don't, your acceptance just becomes a mental label that allows your ego to continue to indulge in unhappiness and so strengthens its sense of separation from other people, your surroundings, your here and now. As you know, separation is the basis. Separation is the basis for the ego's identity. It wants to split us apart. Our spirit, if you live in the spirit, it wants to unify us and bring us together. The ego wants to destroy and tear apart. I know because I've lived in that ego. And that's why when I do these and somebody says thank you, I know that the point of my life is to point to him, because nothing good lives in me. It's not from me. It's from my spirit. It's from the spirit in me, the thing that I went to seek higher than myself. So anyway, this is funny because, as you know, separation is the basis of the ego's sense of identity. True acceptance would transmute those feelings at once. And if you really knew deeply that everything is okay, as you put it, and which of course is true, then you would not have those negative feelings in the first place, would you? Without judgment, without resistance to what is, they would not arise. You have an idea in your own mind that everything is okay, but deep down, you don't really believe it. And so the old mental emotional patterns of resistance are still in place. That's what makes you feel bad. And then the guy's having a conversation with him in this book, and he says, that's okay too. And he goes on to say, and this is funny, he says, are you defending your right to be unconscious? Your right to suffer? He said, don't worry, nobody's going to take that from you, bro. Nobody's going to take that from you. Once you realize that a certain kind of food makes you sick, would you carry on eating that food and keep asserting that it is okay to be sick? Now, with food, I think it's a little different than our thoughts, if I touch a stove, I know it's hot, I know not to do it again. But, I have done stupid actions over and over again, and they say insanity's doing the same thing, expecting a different result. I knew the result. I did the same thing, and I knew I was going to get locked up. I knew I was going to violate my parole. So I already knew what it was, and I did it anyway. And it was because I got so comfortable with suffering. There comes a point where if you live with this for so long, it becomes almost like a friend. And if you don't have it, something feels like it's missing. So I just encourage everyone to create responsibly. Create your thoughts responsibly. Your actions, your intention behind your actions, and what you say. What is your intentions? Why are you doing this? Are you doing it for the right reasons? That is huge. I know that. I believe wholeheartedly that our intention is the driving force beneath our lives. I think that is what really creates, if you want to believe in the law of attraction, that's what I believe creates it. I believe in God, and I believe that it's not going to happen overnight. I still am working and struggling in life. That's why I read this today, because that guy is me. I have acceptance, but there's still days that I'm unhappy. And that's because I'm not living in my present moment. I'm not staying woke. I'm either I'm either living in the past, like I started this video, thinking of my brother and what happened and how, I got 4 hours to go see him, and there's people fucking dying out there every single day, and I when I got on the news a few years ago, this is why I started this, because I couldn't be quiet anymore. I can't be silent anymore while my brothers and sisters slowly commit suicide almost. Like, we're killing ourselves out here. And I want to be a voice of hope and light. That's it. That's all I care about. I could have already started trying to manipulate people and do things to get money through social media. I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose my focus on what this is all for. We are purpose. We are love. But we can also be hate if we choose to be. And now I know, like, from prayer, meditation, there's it is a mind, a body, and soul experience. So I still, I don't do anything too obsessively or compulsively anymore, because I was a gym junkie before. I would be exercising for 3 days. It was ridiculous, and the obsessive thoughts are negative. When we act out on compulsion, and act out on our old behaviors we know the life that it's been dealing us, but we still choose to do it anyway. I mean, a lot of us out here know what we have to do. It's just finding the strength inside of yourself to do it. And I believe that's why I do this, because I believe you have that inside of you. I believe you have inside of you the hope, that little last strand to grab onto and pull yourself out of here. Because it could be, I'm never going to make it. Nobody will ever like me. I'm going to keep, messing up. Or it could be like, I'm going to make it. You know what? I'm going to help people through my life. Every day and every way, I become better and better. I mean, it is the self-talk that we talk to ourselves with as we go about our days. Don't talk negatively. Don't let that voice inside tell you who you're not. Because you are an amazing person with infinite potential inside of you. As soon as you start to tap into that, you'll start to see doors open for you that have been closed, locked, shut. I mean, bridges that you burnt down will start to build again. But it takes time. It takes time. And nothing in life worth having really comes easy. So it's going to take consistency, but not complacency. Don't get yourself complacent, because that's where I was at. I was like, oh, okay, I got the description done and the mission statement and everything done for the website. We got the groups running. Now all I got to do is the videos and post quotes. And I was like, you know what? Making this suicide awareness and prevention group, this was been on my mind since my cousin hung himself. So I've been going to do this anyway. And also, I'll share this little piece of information with you. I had to get my stomach pumped because I ate 18 Seroquel because I wanted to never wake up again. Okay, I was at that point in my life. I was there. All right, and I don't want people to live there. I don't want people to be there. I don't want people to think that they deserve to be there. And that's why I'm going to keep on speaking this over your lives until I die. And I'm going to speak hope over you. I'm going to speak life over you. I'm going to speak love over you. And it's all going to be true and genuine, because you're going to be able to feel it through my live feeds that I do. If you ever interacted, if you have ever interacted with me as a person, you know that I'm a very genuine person, and that this is something that I deeply care about. You guys are people that I deeply care about. People that I don't even know out there in the world. I care about you. You hear me? I care about you. All the way on the other side of the world, I care about you. I love you guys. I love people. And I love what God has given me to be able to give back to people. I always have to keep that ego in check, because that ego it's sly. It'll try to slip in there and take credit for things that, I mean, I've been doing some work and stuff, obviously. I mean, but still, my strength, the light that I draw on to be able to put that forward and an emotion, that comes from something I can't see. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So the things that we see are not made up of things that are visible. And, to me, that says it's just helping each other gain a new perspective, right? Like, you see what I'm saying, but it's not visible. I mean, maybe it could be that. I don't know. I mean, this is a verse I read years ago, and it's just something I've applied to my life. I've made it an agreement, and I believe that. I believe that us giving each other new perspectives and ways to cope with life and deal with battles that we go through, that's what we're here to help one another. I need it too. I need you guys just as much. So there ain't nothing that I'm doing that any of you can't do. So with that all being said, I just don't listen. I bury all my family. I told you this. Like, I don't want to see people. I don't want to hear about people dying anymore at young ages that didn't even get to live their lives yet. Like, I love you guys, and you guys are worth a good life. You're worth a good life. You're beautiful. You're a beautiful person. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Okay? I hope you guys can feel my authenticity when I do this. That's why I haven't chose to charge or anything for anything that I do, or try to manipulate and make a video to start workshops or things like that. I want to be able to help you guys. I mean, obviously I would like to get endorsed at some point in my life, but other than that, I'm doing this regardless. I mean, I'm going to do it whether you put me in a jail cell, whether you sit me here, whether you put me there, whether you put me on a mountain. It doesn't matter where you put me. I'm going to keep doing this regardless. I'm going to grab you at the mailbox. I'm going to grab you in the grocery store. I'm going to try to maybe just give you a new perspective. And you can take it or leave it. If it works for you, it works. I mean, not everything works the same for everybody either. So that's something to keep in mind. But this weekend, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I am going to be making that group this weekend. It will be called I Wish You'd Step Back from That Ledge, my friend. And let's just keep going out there and creating responsibly. Create positive energy, create positive thoughts so you can reap that harvest rather than the other one. So with that all being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. May the light fill your spirit. May peace fill you guys' mind. And love fill your hearts always. Stay woke out there. See, I gotta